I received a game key for Boxed Out from Red Chain Games for review purposes. Developed and published by Red Chain Games, Boxed Out arrived on MetaQuest on March 24th of 2025, carrying with it a bit of a naming history. The game originally launched as Boxed In on Steam back in December 2017, later making its way to PSVR in May 2021. With another unrelated game adopting the same title in 2024, Red Chain Games smartly rebranded this release to Boxed Out to avoid confusion. Boxed Out is an arcade action puzzle game designed specifically for virtual reality, placing the player directly inside a constantly shifting puzzle space, where spatial awareness is just as important as logic and quick thinking. Narratively, Boxed Out keeps things deliberately minimum from its description. You find yourself trapped inside a sealed room with no visible exits, surrounded by colorful blocks that feel both abstract and faintly threatening. There's no overt storytelling, dialogue, or lore dumps, but the sense of isolation and pressure creates its own atmosphere. The unanswered question of what lies beyond the room subtly frames the experience, giving just enough context to make the endless puzzle feel purposeful without distracting from the gameplay itself. Gameplay revolves around manipulating blocks of various colors to clear them before they overwhelm you. Using a VR tool that randomly assigns a color beam, you can either recolor an existing block or spawn a new block of the selected color. Matches are created by lining up 3 blocks in a row or forming a 2x2 square, depending on the rule set you choose. When a match is completed, the blocks disappear, taking any adjacent blocks of the same color with them, opening up opportunities for satisfying chain reactions. Scoring is influenced by completion time, combo chains, and how efficiently you clear the space, making performance-based play a major focus. What really elevates Boxed Out is the sheer number of ways it lets you play. Survival mode introduces constant pressure, with blocks steadily advancing toward you from walls, ceilings, or even the floor. If they reach the far end of the room, the run is over. Solitaire mode, on the other hand, removes the time pressure entirely, letting you calmly plan and clear a static room at your own pace. Difficulty is adjustable through several variables, including the number of block colors, the required match type, and the direction from which blocks approach. Combined, these options result in 36 distinct gameplay variations, each with its own dedicated leaderboard, which gives score chasers plenty of incentive to keep coming back. The game smartly embraces VR by allowing you to physically move around the puzzle space. You can play facing wall to wall, start from the ground and look upward, or even begin above the blocks and work downward. Teleportation helps you reposition if you get boxed into an awkward spot, and individual blocks can be slid by interacting directly with their faces. This constant shifting of perspective is one of Boxed Out's strongest elements, as solutions often become clear only when you physically change your viewpoint. Being inside the puzzle adds a layer of spatial problem solving that flat screen puzzle games simply can't replicate. Despite its simple premise, Boxed Out proves to be surprisingly addictive. Starting with fewer colors and gradually increasing complexity creates a natural learning curve that feels rewarding rather than punishing. Cosmetic variations also help keep things fresh, with different block styles, color palettes, and musical themes that subtly change the tone of the experience. One option replaces the harsh geometric look with softer visuals, including yarn-like materials that give the room a cozier feel. There's even a hidden bonus area featuring a jetpack along with a lighthearted minigame where you fly through rings. Visually, Boxed Out is clean and highly readable on MetaQuest. The sharp edges, clear color separation, and smooth performance are well suited to VR, where visual clarity is crucial. While the environments themselves are intentionally simple, the presentation feels polished and purposeful rather than bare bones. Audio complements the experience nicely with background music that adapts to the mode you're playing. Subtle sound cues communicate critical moments, such as the end of a combo streak, delivering just enough feedback to sting and push you to do better on the next run. That said, Boxed Out isn't without its drawbacks. The minimalist approach, while effective, may feel too sparse for players looking for narrative depth or visual spectacle. The random nature of the color assignment tool can occasionally feel frustrating, especially in higher difficulties where poorly timed color can derail an otherwise solid strategy. Additionally, while the variety of modes is impressive, the core mechanics remain largely unchanged throughout, which could limit long-term appeal for players who crave constant mechanical evolution. Overall, Boxed Out is a smart, focused VR puzzle game that understands its strengths and plays to them confidently. It successfully translates classic block matching ideas into a fully immersive space, making movement, perspective, and physical presence part of the puzzle itself. While it may not reinvent the genre or offer deep storytelling, its tight mechanics, strong replay value, and thoughtful VR integration make it a worthwhile experience. Fans of puzzle classics like Tetris or Intelligent Cube will likely find a lot to appreciate here. Boxed Out is a solid and enjoyable VR title that's easy to recommend to puzzle fans. I give Boxed Out an 8 out of 10.